Her best is 79. But if she's progressing anything like her teammates, this should be pretty comfortable for her.
Nice opener.
Yeah.
We saw her easily do 75 in the back, so that was pretty comfortable for her.
We were talking in the last session, Max, about how oftentimes one coach, or sorry, one athlete can really help rise a nation or even a category. And you've seen that, I think, to some degree with Norway, Solfrid becoming a world champion. She was awarded European Weightlifter of the Year this year, and the whole team's doing so well now.
Yeah.
Huge round of applause there for Grigorian, the first Armenian weightlifter at the European Championships, I believe. We haven't seen anyone yet, have we? I think this is it, 77.
Very strong.
And they chose the right athlete. It looks like they just picked an athlete who can snatch 100 to come out just to kick off the Armenian train and do it in great fashion. That was wonderful.
Yeah, huge applause. The crowd is here to watch this. I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we get up to the Yalyan's opener.
Yeah, we're in the hundreds of spectators. We're not yet in the thousands, but we'll get to the thousands, I would have thought, as this competition goes on. Especially seeing as Lalian is going to be competing at the weekend.
Yeah.
I think this place will be extra full.
So Norway and Germany sitting there, ready to come out. We've got really very little distance between the openers here, 77 all the way to 80. You've got basically about 6 athletes opening within a couple kilos, and then it kind of moves on into the upper echelons there. And, you know, when that happens, you oftentimes have to be, as a coach, a lot more present to be very aware of exactly what's going on. Athletes could move a couple kilos and suddenly you're in a totally different spot. You might be anticipating opening a little bit later and all of a sudden you're, one attempt out.
So just a 2 kilo jump now to equal her best.
'77 was strong. Easy opener.
Yeah.
Little forward. She had to come forward under that bar to get to it. The overextension on that was a little bit more pronounced. You could see she got behind the bar a little early in the pull, ending up kind of leaving that bar slightly forward of her.
But she also gets very far over the bar very early on.
Yeah.
The bar's sort of at mid-shin, and she's used up a lot of her legs. And then she comes way back, like you said, and the legs get back under it, and she finishes. But she's able to make it, so she has a shot at a personal best now, which is great. These athletes are going heavy. McCatrin Brun is opening up at 80. That's only 4 kilos under her personal best. And there's Annika Pils from Germany. She's opening up at 80. Here she is now. That's also 4 kilos under her best. So these women are pushing each other. It might be that gold medal and gold, silver, and bronze runs away, but it's going to be a battle for these other places.
Beautiful lift. Yes, super comfortable opener there. Just very, very concise, very nice. We see that all the time from the Germans. They're just such technicians.
Yeah.
There's Katrin Brun.
There is probably something to be said about how a weightlifting system and technique sort of reflects culture. And you do see it with a lot of these countries, the way that they train, whether they're more aggressive or more systematic or however it is. And the Germans certainly true to the way they tend to do things. They move very well.
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier with the Armenians and how seemingly different they are than Vardanyan was.
Yeah.
He had a very unique style,
Very
obviously.
unique. They don't lift anything like him.
Yeah, but we don't see that replicated.
He did have a wide grip in the snatch.
Yeah, he did have
Didn't
wide
he?
grip.
Pretty
sure.
wide. And yet he still made contact on the thigh.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Katrin Brun now from Denmark. 80 kilos. Very big opener for her.
Very strong.
Wonderful, yeah.
Yeah. Really nice. She's happy with that.
Yeah, I remember the first time I met Katrin in 2019 in California, actually. It's the first time I met you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a few days apart. And she was snatching in the low 70s, clean and jerking in the low to mid 90s. And so to see her come now and basically have added 10 kilos to both lifts.
Yeah.
You know, she's making A sessions at the world level. She's, you know, a staple in the A sessions of the Europeans. Very impressive.
Yeah, she's really improved quite a bit.
Okay, the crowd a little bit more loud now for Grigorian. 80 kilo second attempt. There's a lot of cameras around us. A lot of media.
Yeah.
It's such nice technique, but
Yeah.
it just wasn't there.
Good pull, just did not quite get it behind her. Really looked like just a timing issue, I think, there. Right as the bar got to her hip, she exploded, but just didn't quite have a good final extension to the end.
So Rebecca will come out now. This will be a new personal best by a kilo for her. I think she did this last time. She's taken a 1 kilo jump.
Yeah, looking for that personal record, probably.
She 77, 79, 80. You don't see that almost ever.
Yeah, you know, when you're that consistent, perhaps more of a strength issue. She might not be able to get into the right position or falls over the bar a little bit too much. Can't use her legs at the top.
Yeah, making a lift and adding a kilo, wow.
Yeah, better attempt, but you could see it. She was, like you
Swings
said,
it a little bit.
Yeah, a little far over. Didn't have the legs at the end of the pull.
Yeah, that looks like that left elbow just buckled under the catch. The bar definitely drops on her a little bit. But 2 for 3, and she walks away with an equal personal best. Third attempt now for the hometown athlete. .73 was her best prior to this, so she's already ahead by 4 kilos. This will be a 7 kilo international record for her. Much better.
Good adjustment there at the bottom. The crowd goes wild for that.
You know, it may well have been a touch forward in the catch, but her bottom position is so strong. Her back is, you know, so extended, and her overhead position strong. It's great stuff.
Yep.
And I think I just saw Katrin Brun and Dave Sawyer walking out for Katrin's opening attempt of 81 kilos. She's within 2 kilos of her best ever snatch. She did tell us that she was feeling good.
Yeah, this is a very heavy opener for her. What's that 30-second clock go off?
Can she stay?
Yeah.
She put it almost like a little bit in front of her head, maybe.
Yeah. A little rushed, didn't quite get it behind her, and ended up having to chase it.
Yeah. She doesn't look too worried about it, more just perplexed that she did that. Yeah, I mean, from the side, it was really just by millimeters off, very close. And also, that's the first proper test that we've seen this stage have in terms of the drop test.
Yeah.
And it's holding out so far, so that's good to see.
Yeah, we'll see if another 100 kilos
Yeah.
creates any more problems.
We've seen holes in the stages at more than half of the competitions that we've commentated so far, so
that's true.
so far so good.
So she's still at 81, 2-minute clock, down to a 1 minute. We're going to see her.
Altruta in the back. Looks like she's at 65 kilos. She'll probably be one of the last out.
Yeah, she lost that 2-minute clock.
Who bumped up? Was it Katrin or Annika who bumped up?
I didn't see who actually made the increase.
Someone stole it. So, oh no, she has a 2-minute clock.
Oh, they've changed it.
Yeah.
So that last one was just a little bit forward. I think if she's a little more patient through the top of the pole, brings that bar back to her better, she'd be more successful.
$81 kilos.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Very, very similar.
That was almost, exactly the same as that opener, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The bar a little bit in front, a little bit of wobble. I mean, if it's back, literally just, a centimeter or two more, she can probably sit there a little bit without having to stand up and run it out.
The bar's probably just not moving back far enough in the initial pull. So by the time it gets to her hips, it just hasn't traveled far enough back over her foot. On that turnover, you can see it's in front, although the elbow, is kind of bent there in a funky way, just on the right arm. The left arm looks a little bit different on the lockout. Possibly an old injury from another sport, maybe, or just, an anatomical situation she's got. But she can make that lift. The bar's high enough. It's moving fast enough. It's just slightly forward.
Yeah, I asked Katrin what she thought about the competitors that she's going to be facing here, and she said she doesn't look at any of her competitors. She says, I focus on myself during training and competition and only compare myself to the results of my previous competitions, which is probably a very healthy way of looking at weightlifting. There's not a lot you can do to manipulate or change your competitors' outcomes. So just focusing on what you do is probably the way to do it. But she's got just over a minute now, and it's pretty much do or die if she wants to put up a total. She's missed 81 twice. One more attempt to make it. And it's a massive platform. It's arguably as big, this whole event, as the Commonwealth Games where she competed. Similar situation, actually, where she wasn't able to register a snatch, but just as big a platform and number of spectators.
So she's moved the bar back on the platform now. We've seen this before last session.
Yeah.
Probably in anticipation of running forward. She's hoping to get a little more runway. She's just got to be a little bit better at the top of that pull. She can get behind her.
That looks better.
Yeah.
Can she hold on to it? Oh. Everything about that lift looked nicer. She was so close to being able to just sit there a little bit longer to stabilize it before coming up. But
yeah, that's a shame. Had the
just
power.
Too heavy.
Yeah. She was getting the bar close, just not quite close enough.
Not a great start for Team GB, but I was in the training hall earlier and saw the rest of the team training. Everybody looked very good. Zoe Smith has now turned up, as has Sarah Davies. We saw Chris Murray in there, the Commonwealth Games champ. So hopefully the rest of the team can put on a show. And then, of course, we've still got Emily Campbell. Yeah. Olympic silver medalist, world silver medalist, multiple-time European champ to come out. So here's Shyla Meister from Switzerland, 82 opening attempt. Very big opener for her, and it's strong. Only 3 kilos under her best, but
really strong opener for her.
just that. It's the ability to just sit there in the snatch, isn't it, and stabilize before you need to come up. And Katrin just doesn't have that, option. There's a little bit too much forward momentum on the lifts.
Yeah, you can just see such a great lockout there.
Okay, Katrin Brun now up for a second attempt. 2 kilo jump for her also.
'80 opener was really solid. This is pretty middle of the road for her, 82.
There we go.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful lift.
Yeah, she's doing some fantastic lifting today. She's 2 kilos off her best ever snatch in competition, so imagine she might take that next 2 kilo jump and match that again.
She told me that she's been renovating her house with her husband recently, and that she's been in the garden cutting down trees and digging out stumps with a spade.
Little Alexander Karelin style training, maybe.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Strong man.
Yeah. Annika Pills from Germany. Second attempt. 3 kilos up on her opener.
Yep. Again, very solid technical lift.
So 3 athletes still yet to come out, and it's the 3 that we sort of expected. Andrea Kotruta from Romania, Isabella Ialian from Armenia, and Svetlana Smuliak from Ukraine. The 3 of them will be the front runners. All 3 will look to get up towards 90 or 95 kilos. Katrin will now looking to go to 84, which will equal her best. 84 is what she hit at a recent competition, but her best lift in 2023 is 83 kilos. So this lift right now is for it's a 2023 record.
First 2 were really good. Just technically super sound.
Oh,
beautiful
wow.
lift. She is.
Oh, she's going to be thrilled. That was right on with about as much as it looks like she could have done. Maybe she could have scraped an 85, but what a way to kick off this European Championships for the Danish team.
She has got to be so happy with that.
Yeah. She's getting more and more consistent, stronger and stronger every year.
Yeah. Whatever her training has been, less weightlifting, more yard work is paying off.
It's a great accessory.
Yeah, great job.
So we might actually see Andrea come out now. No, okay, so Andrea Kotruta just bumped from 85 up to 87 for her opener. So we'll probably see Shyla Meister and maybe even Annika Pills finish off their competition before the top 3 athletes come out. Here comes Shyla now. This also equals her best.
just kicked that forward off her hips. You could see that. It was not going to get behind her head.
Well, she's had a bit of an issue recently. Well, she has snatched as much as 88, but she said that she competed in a competition called the Challenge 270. She injured her shoulder on the second lift with 103 kilos, and yet she still went out and made 104 kilos just to try and win.
Wow.
And in doing so, she said she paid the price, and for 4 or 5 weeks, she wasn't able to get anything overhead.
Oh, that's a shame.
And so, you know, she's probably still dealing with that a little bit.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Annika now, final attempt, her first two were textbook.
Just a little bit forward, not quite enough power there.
The thing is, when the Germans miss, it's, you know, it's just like they just reach what they could no longer do.
When you're that technically proficient, it just is or isn't going to be there. Whereas we see some lifters that are exceptionally strong, a little bit rougher, and, you know, each lift might get worse and worse, but they're still making them.
Sometimes you can say to an Armenian, look, add 5 kilos and try it again. Yeah. You'd never say that to a German athlete. Okay, Shyla is going to retake this to equal her personal best.
A little bit forward in the last. She kicked it forward off her hips. Oh,
wow.
Beautiful correction.
The speed on that one.
Yeah, completely committed to that. Turned it over really well.
Yeah, she turned it on there. Okay, so it looks like Isabella Yalian actually just dropped back down from 90 to 87. Perhaps a slightly more sensible opener for her. But we're now at the point where the top 3 women are all about to open in order. Huge cheer of support from the Armenian crowd.
Just looked a bit rushed.
Yeah.
We've seen this before, kind of nonchalant, almost assuming the lift's just going to fly up there. Maybe that reduction in opener, she took it for granted a little bit.
Well, of course, she's snatched 96 kilos before, but that was as a 59 kilo lifter, so she may well have a certain disregard for these weights, having lifted so much more, but now that she's cut down, she can't be like that. Here's Andrea Kotruta. Watched her in the training hall work up to 75 and 100. That was on Thursday.
Very strong. Yeah, the Romanians are here for sure. The whole team is shut up. Yeah, that was solid.
Well, she mentioned it was in Colombia when we spoke to her. She said that she has a very big problem with negative self-talk. You know, and she can talk herself out of these lifts, and if something goes wrong, she will sort of self-sabotage and get more and more frustrated and angry, and she ruins it, and that's what she's been focusing on. Looked like she said something to herself after that. I wonder if it was something she's been practicing, saying something a little bit more positive.
Yeah.
So Yelan has also rolled that bar back, expecting a forward run. She's got a very wide grip, which is pretty classic of the Armenians. It's barely over her head.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like an inch above her head, that bar, when she catches it.
Yeah, I think everybody in the audience right now is a bit holding their breath here.
Yeah, we might see a mass exodus if she misses this last one. People might just leave.
Well, Samoulyak hasn't even opened yet. She potentially would be following herself here, all 3 lifts.
Yeah.
We've got Kotruta with 88 on the board. possibly in waiting. Yayan can't bump to 88 for an extra minute because that would get stolen, I'm sure. So she's going to take this 87 is my guess. She really has to make this, obviously, to stay in the competition, but to even stay close to both Kotruta and Samuliak.
I mean, this has to be one of the most high-pressure situations these athletes from Armenia have ever been in. You know, when your country puts this much money and that many resources into hosting a European Championships and all these people turn up to watch you, to then miss 2 attempts. I've never seen that Armenian man without a cap on his head.
Yeah.
That coach, every time I see him.
It's a brand.
Yeah.
He's got an image.
Yeah, he does.
She's got the full support here. Got an entire entourage back there. Just under a minute left on the clock.
Both coach and fellow athlete alongside her there as they walk out.
Yeah. The entire audience, the entire stadium here is going crazy for this, getting behind her.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yep.
Oh, it's getting loud in here. Wait.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a great lift. 3 white lights. The reaction from some of the people there suddenly maybe thought she'd done something silly and dropped it early or something like that. But yeah, that's a great lift. You wonder why she just didn't do that on her opener. Let's have a look at that again.
Oh, yeah. Very solid.
Yeah. So much easier looking than the first 2.
The collective relief of everybody in this building when she made that.
So Samuliak will finally open now, I think.
We've got Kotruta bumped to 90, so that brings out Samuliak, like you said.
Yeah. Now, as I mentioned right at the start of this session, she may well be eyeing up that junior snatch record, but she's 7 kilos off, so she's going to have to make some big jumps. We'll see how this looks.
Yeah, she's
Might
got
give us a rough idea.
She's got her work cut out for her here too. With Kotruta, she's no slouch in the snatch either.
Wow.
Yeah, strong.
Straight to it. Yeah. And we have Sergei Putsov, ex-Ukrainian athlete, sat just to our left watching on, capturing every single lift from these Ukrainian athletes with keen interest. That was a great lift.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's 97 kilo type of lifting, but it's gold medal type of lifting.
Yeah, for sure.
But if anyone can stop her, it's going to be Andrea, coming out now at 91 kilos. This is 2 kilos over her personal best of 89. Really takes the time. Perfect.
Yep. Ooh.
Oh!
She is not happy. That was a completely unexpected move. She is
and we've seen her
upset.
React like this many times before. When she misses, she gets very frustrated with herself. This is the work that she's been doing in when I miss like that, how can I not let it affect and ruin the rest of the competition? Because she has been known to let mishaps like that. I mean, that lift was as good as it made.
You know, it's one of those lifts, and this is one of those things where it's not over till it's over, and you know, maybe getting up that quick, just you know, just a little bit off, and you don't know. You just can't fight with weights that big.
So there's a bit of moving going on. Svetlana just jumped up and stole the clock of Andrea. So Andrea's got a 1 minute clock now.
Oh, it just adds insult to injury there.
Yeah.
Right, now you're forced to come out at a weight you're pretty upset that you missed.
Yeah, if she doesn't make this now, gosh.
Yeah, it would be the smartest move for her to take 91. It would still put her ahead of Smolyak on the off chance Smolyak doesn't make any other lifts.
And it will just help her in the clean and jerk because we know that Yalian has got a big lift if she wants it, or if she's able to. Okay, here she comes out. We've got Svetlana in the back there. Whether or not she's keeping an eye on it, I'm not sure.
She looks focused. She looks like she's
in her own head.
Yeah.
Okay, can she replicate the same thing? Just be a little bit more patient on the stand. There we go.
Very strong.
There we go. Now
Good.
just be patient. There
Great
we go.
Okay.
She dropped that a bit.
A little high, yeah.
A little high.
But I don't think they're going to call her on that.
You are supposed to hold on to the bar until it... I actually can see the jury talking about it. I just saw them gesture it, but they're also laughing as though...
You know, I for all of the weightlifting meets I've ever seen in my life, I've only ever seen one time where a lifter was called on that since the rule was changed to dropping the bar below the shoulder height. It used to be below the waist height.
Was that Tokyo?
Yeah, Tokyo was Kate and I.
So 92 kilos. This second attempt for the lead.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. That 91 was a smart move.
Yeah.
She's in a good spot here because Smolyak, I would be surprised if she does not take that again.
Smolyak's best is only 91.
Yeah, so this is
a personal best. She opened heavy.
Yeah. Hard to tell how she's feeling about that. Just stone-faced there, focused on what she has to do to correct it.
Yeah. At her last competition, she snatched 85, so she's way up on that. 91 was what she hit at the European Championships last year. It's very interesting. Looks like they're going to sweep the platform, clean the bar.
Good way to buy a little more time.
Yeah, the clock is now stopped. You can see in the back, Katrin Brun is already warming up in the clean and jerk. She's just on the bar. But some of these athletes will be out in 12 minutes from now, getting started in the clean and jerk. So she looks ready. She looks like she's going to come out now. This will be to move from second to first to leapfrog Andrea Kotruta. Both junior lifters in the 1 and 2 spot right now. It's possible we see a second Romanian win here. 2 in a row. We saw one yesterday in the 49s.
Yeah, Kotruta is definitely in position for that right now.
We'll have to see how a clean jerk looks. 92 kilos, this for the gold medal in the snatch. Final attempt.
Oh.
Yeah, and she just can't do it. She rushed. Well, she didn't necessarily rush the lift, but she went straight into the pool, didn't she? There was no hanging around. Wow. And you could see how much it means to Andrea Kotruta. I don't know if she expected a gold, but she's come away with one.
Yeah, she made
phenomenal lifting.
A great correction there between the second and third.
And now she's just got to stay focused. You can see the emotions already starting to come out.
Yeah.
She's got to just stay focused, stay calm.
Well, those emotions are a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
When they're working in your favor, you can achieve anything. But if they work against you, the emotion starts to take over, and it becomes so challenging to get yourself to do what you need to do when your folks are fixated on something that's just negative. So kudos to her for coming back and making that third.
Yeah, absolutely. So after the snatches, the bronze medal will go to Isabella Yalyan from Armenia with 87 kilos. The silver to Svetlana Smolyak of Ukraine, 90 kilos. And then the gold medal of course, as we just mentioned, is going to Romania. That's her second snatch gold medal. Andrea Cotruta snatched 91 kilos. And I want to know what she could have snatched, because that second attempt, she basically made it and then dropped it behind. Had she made that there, I imagine she'd have gone for 93.
Yeah, the Romanians all have a very similar, at least a few of the lifters have a similar style here.
Yeah.
Huge pull, the bar flies up really high. They end up receiving it pretty high and then ride it down into the bottom of that squat. It's not like we've seen with other lifters where, they're basically landing at rock bottom in the snatch, catching that weight overhead, with no room to spare. So, like you said, she probably had a few more kilos in her.
Yeah. So the heaviest snatch of the competition still comes from a 49 kilo lifter. That 92 yesterday from Mihaela Kambe remains for now.
Yep.
So we have about 8.5 minutes until we're back underway with this women's 55 kilo session. The opening attempt will be for Alexandra Grigorian from Armenia. She's put in 95 kilos.
This has become a very tight battle here. We've got Cotruta here at 91, basically 4 kilos up on the Armenian, but with the smaller clean and jerk, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So we do still have one other A session today, the men's 61s, the second men's session. Coming up there, we have Italy's Sergio Macida, who's coming off, he placed 4th at the World Championships. He didn't quite perform his best, but prior to that, he was the European Junior Champion. He won with a 125 snatch, 155 clean and jerk. The World Championships, though, Max, Sergio did 135, 158. 135 kilos is absolutely enormous in the snatch. Still, in fact, no, I believe he's now a senior. He was a junior last year. But we also have Shota Mishvalidze from Georgia, who has, snatched more than we've seen from Sergio, but he's done it as a heavier 67 kilo lifter. He's now down at 61. Gabriel Marinov from Bulgaria, very fast, strong lifter in the clean and jerk. Godedzi Bedelidze from Georgia, the second of the two Georgians. Ivan Dimov, again, maybe he's going to be the guy who's able to pull away and take the win, and that's the second of the two Bulgarians. We have Mustafa Elis from Turkey, Pavlo Zalibsky from Ukraine, Kozmin Isofash from Romania. It's actually a pretty big session, this one. František Polak from Czech Republic, and then Marian Luka from Romania as well.
Yeah, it's a stacked session. That 61 class will be, that's going to be a fight.
Yeah, and that's kicking off in just over an hour and a half after the second part of this women's 55 kilo session.
There's Pills from Germany, just waiting. She's got 90 on the bar. She's the third to open with 98. She's probably going to take 1 or 2 more attempts, most likely.
Mm-hmm. So there we have Yalyan. Took the bronze medal in the snatch. She's clean and jerked 115 kilos in the past, but she did that as a 59 kilo lifter. My feeling, seeing as she's dropped not far off 10%, in fact exactly 10% in the snatch, is that her opener that she's currently put in of 110 is probably not going to stand.
Yeah,
I'd be surprised if she was going to be opening that heavy, considering what she's done at 59.
That's a good call, actually. I think that's probably really going to throw an interesting situation here into this, because Cotruta is actually in a great position. Obviously, she's ahead in the snatch, but if that 110 comes down, it could be a neck and neck fight there. She's a kilo up on Smoljak.
Yeah.
Going into this, she just needs to stay at the same weight, basically.
And I don't know if you just saw that, Grigorian squat jerking.
Oh, wow.
So she'll be the first squat jerker that we've seen at this European Championships. Probably not going to see quite as many as we saw at the Asian Championships, but it is a technique that's seemingly spreading, I would say, more and more these days. We commented on the men's 81s I believe it was, at the Asian Championships, where more than half of the field,
Yeah.
7 out of the 12 athletes, squat jerked.
Yeah, we've also seen basically Ukraine use the squat jerk or power jerk, some variation of those. Essentially, I mean, last year, Europeans, almost all of them, it seemed like there was definitely fewer split jerkers than we'd seen squat jerkers.
Yeah. So there's Andrea. She has 55 kilos loaded. She probably doesn't need to really be touching the bar for a little while. She's got one of the heavier openers written in at 85 kilos, but in the snatch she asked for 85 and then bumped up 2 kilos, so she might bump up from 105 on that opening attempt. It'll be interesting to see what Katrin Jones does from Great Britain. We've seen athletes bomb out and then withdraw at this European Championships, and we've seen others bomb out and just keep going.
Yeah, you travel all this way, and
Yeah.
you might as well finish the meet.
There's 80 for Katrin. A little bit of a hobble on that left knee.
Yeah, yeah, she's grabbing the
Clutching
knee,
that.
back of the knee,
Oh,
hamstring.
she looks in pain.
Yeah, it does not look good.
No.
Maybe a cramp, but looked possibly a little more painful than that. Yep,
She's really
limping.
hobbling. There's Charlotte, yeah. 65. So she's currently asking for 97 for her opening attempt. She's actually got the second lowest opener, which means it's very possible that she'll be out in, well, there's 2.5 minutes till the competition starts, and then she could be the second lifter, so she could be out in 4 minutes, and she's only at 65. She needs to get up to 97, unless she knows that she's going to bump up significantly. And actually that 97 is a bit of a fake number there. She did say that she's made 108 kilos in the clean and jerk in training this year. So, not bad. She said that she basically just working on her technique at the moment because her coach, Konstantin Erdas, has already made her very strong. So Charlotte just focuses on technique. And then following the sentiment of plenty of these other athletes, she said she just doesn't care about her athletes. She's just focusing on herself in these situations. So 95 kilos now, that's about right. She'll probably hit this and then come out. Whether or not she retakes this, as her opener suggests, or she might bump up. Let's see how this looks.
Pretty solid clean.
Will she squat jerk this? Or was that just a warm-up exercise that she does? No, she will.
Yeah, smooth.
Very nice.
Yeah, very smooth squat jerk.
Well, she has ample leg strength and ample mobility, so why not? Svetlana also now only just beginning to warm up. She's got the joint heaviest, and that is classic Ukrainian bar work. You'll notice as she pulls, her torso never reaches vertical until she stands up the clean and actually just stands there. But during the pull, she'll keep her shoulders over the bar the whole time. Make contact with her shoulders over the bar, pull under, her shoulders are still over the bar.
Yeah, the intent there is that there's no need to train any of that extension at the top of the pull because it's going to happen naturally, and any kind of reinforcement of that could exaggerate that. Anytime you spend extra extending at the top, you're not moving the bar upward anymore.
Yeah, I think the first Ukrainian I noticed who did that was Dmitry Chumak.
Yeah.
And since I've noticed it more and more, of course, Sergei Putsov before him did it, Alexei Trokhty, and I mean, way back even lifters like Dennis Hotford. What did he do? He was Ukrainian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, did
Gottfried,
he?
Yeah. Similar.
Was it similar?
Style,
So they've been doing that a while.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Anton Plesnoy, of course, competed for Georgia, but I believe originally from Ukraine. He did that too. Now a CrossFit athlete, of course.
Yeah. Very different sport.
Okay, so that is our 10-minute break. So Alexander Grigorian is going to come out, it looks like, for 95 kilos. Oh no, she's
They're going to move up to 96 here for Katrin Jones.
Oh, Katrin has just dropped down from 100 to 96.
At this
Shyla
point,
is still at 97, so she might actually be coming out with that. She's going to have to pick up that warm-up, potentially.
yeah.
No, from everything I've heard, Katrin, incredibly mentally tough. So hopefully those 3 missed snatches won't be able to prevent her from having a good clean and jerk showing. Best clean and jerk is 104.
This is a very conservative opener.
Which is unlike her, I think.
Strong pull. Yeah. Good call.
Very powerful.
Yep. Make one, get one on the board.
Yeah, pretty long legs for a weightlifter, but a lot of strength in them.
Yeah, those long legs accelerate the bar a little bit more. You have more time to pull. The bar gets a little faster at the top, but you pay for it on the recovery.
Yeah. Yeah, great timing. So what is she going to bump up to? Shyla's just bumped from 97 to 101, so that was her plan all along.
Yeah. Jones moved to 99, so we've got a little bit of a traffic jam. It's going to happen here right around this 100-kilo mark is my guess.
Annika now also bumps up as the next athlete to 100, so it's back to Alexandra Grigorian, who I think might come out and take this one. Then, of course, an experienced coach will know that they can play to the fact that the plates are all going to have to change. That buys a little bit of time when they move to 100.
Strong clean. Good squat jerk. Yep. Very smooth.
That's great. Huge round of applause from the fans. And so it was going to be Katrin Jones at 99. She's now bumped up to 101. A 5-kilo jump. That's going to bring out Annika Pils from Germany.
So now we start everyone in the triple digits here. We're at 100 kilos.
Annika's best is 101. She placed 3rd at the European Junior Champs last year. That was her last competition. That's where she made the 101.
Oh, very nice clean. The bar is so close.
Slow pull, but great positions. Yeah.
Yeah, rock solid jerk.
Wonderful.
Very, very competent opener at 100. But everybody here is now over that mark. We're going to have everyone opening at 101 or more. We'll see how many lifters make adjustments here to try and maybe jockey for a better position right away.
It was such a slow pull, but she was in position, every single part of that pull.
Yeah.
There's a Norwegian coach making some changes.
Yeah, we start to see it happening. A cascading sort of cascade effect here where lifters start to move around. So Romanian coach now, he's going to make some adjustments, yeah.
Charlotte Meister, who originally had 97 kilos written in, bumped that up to 101. It's now come around to her turn.
Oh, wow. That's a big jump for Jones here. She's jumped 5 kilos here to 101.
Yeah, Charlotte's bumped up to 102, so it's back to Jones. Jones may take this, Katrin Jones. If she makes it, she can then take another.
Jones moves to 102, yeah.
6 kilos. Wow. And we can see Andrea Kotruta with 75 there in the back. Gold medalist after the snatch.
We saw her coach there with a pen on paper on the score table. We don't see a change, though. Yeah, the Romanian coach, but we don't see her 105 changing. Maybe he didn't do anything. Maybe just...
It's possible with an athlete like Andrea, when you know her and how she is psychologically, you know the smart thing is get a slightly lighter lift in, keep her happy, make her feel good, because she knows what can happen when things don't go so well. Yeah. Here's Katrin Brun.
Big opener, 102.
Yeah, her best is 103.
Yeah, this is a...
in competition.
Big lift.
Yeah, she told me that she's made 104 in training this year. Let's see how that knee holds up.
Good clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the best dip either. That jerk was just a bit off everywhere.
And she's starting with higher hips than normal in the clean, sort of avoiding using the legs a little bit. Maybe it is that knee, but then she's so forward with her knees in the stand. It's all in the legs.
Yeah, you can see she even shifts to that right leg a little bit more than the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bar is not even close. It's not behind the head at all. So 102 also for Sheila Meister.
Two kilos under her best. A lot of these athletes opening very heavy.
I was just going to say, we're seeing everybody kind of move into these very heavy attempts here.
But Charlotte is strong, and she says she's been working on technique, so this could look pretty good.
Yep, comfortable. Pretty solid jerk.
From our angle, I think it looked solid. I just glanced at the... She got one red, and she's just sitting down there just to get some air back. She's probably feeling a little bit faint. It's an experienced athlete, just to know that she needs to just sit down. She looks very faint right now. I think she needs to take a seat. Yeah. I mean, yesterday, something we've never seen before, we saw an athlete fall back, hit the head, and get stretched out of the stadium.
I was told by Dan, the tech man, that we didn't hear it, but she actually did hit her head on the back.
Okay, here's Katrin Jones, a massive 6 kilo jump from that pretty comfortable 96 kilo opener.
Yeah, again, just 2 kilos under her best.
She told us she's made 105 in training. Very strong. Wow. That didn't look any heavier than the 96.
Oh, good jerk,
too. Jerk as well. Wow, what a way to kick off that second lift. I mean, there was something in that jerk where I almost felt like she'd gone out of position, but she had so much power coming up out of the dip.
Super strong athlete. Maybe not the most textbook positions, but plenty of strength to hold it. I think we'll see her probably try a personal record on that third. Katrin Brun retaking 102 again.
If she even just makes this lift, she'll have one of the biggest totals she's ever had with that 84-kilo snatch.
She's got a strong clean.
Very high hips again in that start.
But
that was the strongest stand.
You can see some shaking going on there at the dip. It just does not look comfortable at all.
It looks painful, doesn't it, in the knee, in that dip and drive. Like she's not putting the brakes on at the bottom of that dip as hard as she could, just for fear of a bit of pain. She stood up stronger than she did on her last. Yeah, the left arm never locked.
Yeah. The bar's moving pretty high. She just doesn't have the speed in the split. She's not making that connection there at the top. A bit odd, though. I wonder what her last warm-up looked like. We only saw that one in the back where she basically made the lift and then grabbed her left knee.
Yeah.
I have to wonder what the last warm-ups look like to justify this 102.
Yeah.
You know, especially after such great snatching.
Mm-hmm. She's mentioned that this knee issue's been bugging her for a while. So she's probably a little bit used to it, but maybe one of those earlier warm-up lifts sort of set it off a little bit.
She's going up. She's gone up now to 103.
It's a brave move.
Yeah, brings out Jacobson. Nope. Nope. Another change. Yep, we see this a lot. We see lifter after lifter bumping just that kilo.
Is Anika bumping up then?
No, Anika is coming out, but Jacobson bumped.
Yeah.
So here's Anika. Tough recovery.
Yeah.
Oh, plus the little hop there.
Wow.
Such a stark contrast between the clean and the jerk there.
You know, when you move as technically well as she does, you can make 100 kilos look like very little weight, and then add 3 kilos and be right on your max. I imagine she'll maybe go for 105 on her third attempt. Yeah, there's that little bit of that jarring lower back just at the top of the clean there. Very strong.
So Katrin's now up 103. She's got to make this to total.
She's got plenty of time now, 50 seconds on the clock. She went 3 for 3 in the snatch. If she makes this, it will be a new personal best in the total by 3 kilos. Great clean.
Yep, there's strong clean.
It's a better attempt.
Wow.
Can she hold it? No. She's not going to be able to do it. Katrin Brun, unfortunately, is going to bomb out. She goes for her knee. She's definitely in pain.
What a shame. That was such a fight.
Yeah, the doctor runs on. I don't think there's any visible damage. I think she's probably feeling a lot of pain from trying to save that lift, though.
Yeah.
They've got the knee sleeve off. I mean, she actually looks to be in real pain there. From what we can see, she's got her arms covering her eyes.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate.
It's a tough position to be in as a coach as well on the sidelines. You can't really.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Well, you know, as a coach too, you've basically got this position where, you know, you don't want to hold somebody back if they believe they can do it, or if they're in the position to do the best they can that day, you know. But at the same time, you've got to always have an eye out for safety, an eye out for longevity. No one wants to leave the sport in a bad way.
Yeah.
Hopefully she's just got a minor thing there she'll recover from.
So this is big, 104 kilos. This is a kilo below Rebecca's best. And she's done this at a few competitions where she takes tiny jumps, 1, 2 kilos.
Yeah, we saw in the snatch too, just a 1 kilo jump between second and third. The old rules dictated you have to take a 5 kilo jump between first and second.
Wow.
Long time ago.
Back in your day, was that? Strong clean.
Yep, very good. Bar's a little tilted there.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Oh dear.
Yeah, usually when the bar is tilted like that on the shoulders, it's almost always an issue with the hip. One of the hips is a little bit tighter than the other, or in front of, or shifted from the other side. She might not even notice that as well when she's standing there.
Probably feels very straight. I've had it before where athletes like that, you go up to them and you reposition it or move it in a way that looks flat to everybody else, and to them it feels so wonky. They can't believe that that's horizontal. Here's Shyla now. Just a 2 kilo jump, very sensible. And of course the 3 front runners in the snatch still haven't yet come out. Although we might see Andrea come out in a few attempts' time for 105. A few other athletes have 104 written in.
Yep, easy clean. Yeah, solid jerk as well. Nice. Looking very good.
Yeah, that's a great lift. And she is 4 for 5 right now, 85 in the snatch, 104 in the clean and jerk. In fact, she has hit her 2 best ever lifts. She's just replicated them so far. And so she gives herself 1 attempt to hit a personal best in the total.
So Jacobson's coming back out here for 104.
I will say that stand was a little bit tough on her opener.
Yeah.
The pull and the speed under the bar height was pretty good.
Yeah.
A little slow on the stand.
You can see she got a little bit longer, a little bit slower explosion here. Gets behind the bar, drives her hips forward pretty far. Good clean, much better than the first.
That was nicer. It's very fast in the dip and drive, but she sends it forward. I think her hips come back away instead of staying under the bar, and she splits her feet.
Yeah, a real quick, real short dip there. Drove it, but it was just forward.
So Katrin Jones has 1 attempt remaining, doesn't she? And she has 104 written in. Is it going to equal her best?
I think 105 in training is her best.
105 in training, 104 in comp, I believe.
Ties her best in competition as well. A bit surprising to see her not take the 105.
Yeah. But that second attempt definitely looked just as easy as her opener at 96. And even though it's only a 2 kilo jump, there's been quite a few lifts in between, 5 or 6, so she's had plenty of time to rest, maybe, hopefully not too long.
Good clean.
There we go.
Yeah, powerful jerk.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, again, a little surprised she didn't go for the 105.
Yeah.
all around 3 for 3 in the clean and jerk. Unfortunately, no total because the snatch was a bomb out, but
yeah. Well, you could see she was in good shape. I mean, to have that strength, had she only made that third attempt, very close.
Yeah.
Well, all three were close, but that third attempt in particular, had she been able to make it?
Yeah, almost the complete, actually the complete mirror image of Katrin Brun.
Yeah.
Both almost making their thirds, but missing 3 cleans, missing 3 jerks.
So we've had 9 athletes in the session. 2 have bombed out, and Rebecca now, if she doesn't make this lift, is going to be the third to join them.
First clean was a little bit tough on the recovery. Second, much better. Close on the jerk here.
We can see and hear different teams from around us. The Norwegians are there. Team GB we can also see in the crowd, the Armenian fans. A lot of support for these athletes. Tough clean.
Yep, very difficult recovery. Looked like she didn't quite stabilize before she tried to recover on that jerk.
Yeah.
She had it, was in the split. It was a little bit off balance, tried to recover and just did not bring the bar with her. That's the third bomb out here so far.
Yeah. Third of the athletes, but now you can tell who's about to lift because of the sound in this stadium, I suppose it really is. 105 kilo opening attempt now for Isabella Yalyan. She took the bronze in the snatch with 87 kilos. She's one of 3 athletes to now open. And if she hits this, she'll move into the lead. She made 115 kilos back as a 59 kilo lifter.
Good clean, just a touch forward.
There we go.
Yeah.
Very strong and stable. Okay, we have people in the crowd now on their feet, jumping. There's flags everywhere. This is great to see. And even in the VIP section.
Yeah, the Armenian contingency has shown up in full force here. They've definitely grown from the snatch to the clean and jerk as well. There's more people here than there were before.
Yeah. And you can see the size of the stage from that angle there. Enormous. As is that back room. 2 athletes to open now. I wonder if Kotruta's going to... No, Kotruta's just bumped up from 105 to 107.
Oh, wow.
And Samuliak has dropped down from 110 to 106.
Well, this has become very interesting, actually.
So they're cheering Grigorian, who opened up at 99. She's not been out for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
That's a long time.
And she just got up to 107 now.
That's a huge jump.
What is
8 kilograms here.
Okay, so Anika's going to come out.
Yeah, a 2 kilo jump from her second. Jerk is such a very strong than jerk, but that clean, it was a bit tough to recover from.
Yeah.
Getting a bit of coaching there from former super heavyweight Almir Velacic.
Oh no, so she needs to go back because it's actually the first attempt now for Svetlana Samuliak, who's just dropped down again, even further to 105. The silver medalist in the snatch is successful. We'll move into the lead. So this is interesting. We'll see how she looks.
Yeah, I would only worry this might not be enough. If Kotruta is opening at 107,
yeah,
she's already got the lead in this snatch.
Straight into it.
Yeah, comfortable lift though. She may be playing a smarter game here, being conservative, taking a bigger jump. We'll see.
A lot of movement in that bar between the clean and the jerk. She definitely uses the movement, the elasticity. Times it very well. And our second non-split jerker.
Yep. So Anika's coming out now with 105.
Yeah. This will probably be pretty maximal in the clean.
Yeah. This is probably going to be made or missed right here on the clean. If she can rack it and stand, that jerk is so solid.
This will be a 4 kilo personal best internationally. Yeah, as we thought, that maybe just a touch too much.
Not there. So Samuliak bumped to 110 for her second. I think she was playing that conservative game. She's going to go up at 110, see what happens here with Katruda. Katruda's got 107 on the board. She's going to be the next lifter after Sheila takes this 106.
Yeah.
Made pretty good work of 102 and 104. 2 kilos international PR too, right here. Solid clean, very strong.
This will be a PR total if she makes it.
Oh,
there we go. Did she get it?
I'm not sure.
Did she get a down signal?
2 white lights as the jury stopped. This is very similar to what we saw at Pan Am's just a few weeks ago.
Yeah. With Matty Rogers.
Matty Rogers.
There has been a stop.
Yeah, we'll see if that gets overturned.
And that gets in the way of Andrea Kotruta, who's stood on the side. Oh, no, she's not there yet. She's still in the back. So
she's made the lift here. She's locked it out. She's moving.
Her right elbow might have wobbled a little bit before any of that happened.
It's a tough situation because you have to have the bar under control. And, you know, what does that mean? What does control mean there? There's no time frame given. You know, what are we looking for here?
So I think she was given the down signal, wasn't she?
She was.
Which should mean that she's under control. And then she seems to sort of lose control moments after. So they've made it's a no lift.
Well, the rule
taking it away.
The rule used to be that you get the down signal from the referee when you showed control. They changed that to you get the down signal when 2 judges agree.
Yeah.
And you still had to show control afterward. And so, you know, technically what happened there most likely is that she didn't actually show control even though she got 2 white lights.
Okay, so this is a huge lift, 107 kilos for Andrea. She leads after the snatch with 91. This will move her into the lead ahead of Samuliak, who made 105 look pretty easy. She has a very snappy jerk, Andrea. Very good clean jerker.
Yep, strong clean.
Yeah, just very fast.
Easy work of that 107.
I think we're going to see quite the emotional outpour if she ends up winning this.
Yeah, that would be
it could be really amazing. Okay, so things are going to be very loud here for the Armenian Alexandra Grigorian, who's coming out. This is an 8 kilo jump after that opening attempt, which is just an absolutely enormous opener. Her second attempt, sorry.
Yeah, this has been a long wait, 8 kilograms, like you said.
It's not surprising.
Yeah, I have to wonder what the logic there was. That looked way too heavy.
Yeah.
And she had been waiting for an excessive amount of time. Oh, she's got another attempt. She's going to follow herself. It's got to be pretty brutal, though, to go from a 20-plus minute wait to a 1 minute clock, 2 minute clock.
She took the second attempt out of 27, and then she took the 20th.
Yeah.
From second to 20th attempt. So she was waiting for 25 minutes there, probably. Yeah, maybe longer with some of the upsets.
Yeah, that bar just can't feel good at that long a wait. Unless she went in the back and completely
She probably just
over.
dropped down and started coming back up.
But then it begs the question, why not just open at like 103, 102? You know?
I think it's because she wants to just go for a potential clean and jerk medal, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't even give her a medal necessarily.
Yeah, we still have 3 lifters left.
Her best prior to this was 94 kilos.
Wow, that would have been
as a 49.
Okay.
But still,
a remarkable increase, though.
So it looks like she is just going to follow herself. She's not going to bump up, even though there are a couple of athletes at 108.
Yeah.
Not sure any of them would take it. Yeah, Leon perhaps might go for it. But Armenia has guaranteed themselves a medal in the total here, so
yes,
there's going to be a lot of support in the medal ceremony, which of course we will keep streaming for at the end of this session, prior to the men's 61s. Okay, Grigorian now coming out of that final attempt at 107 kilos.
Well, let's see if she can muster up the strength for this. The last one was just not in a good place. Rolled right off her shoulders.
Good better. Wow. Watch for the squat jerk.
Yeah, just not enough speed under the bar.
Yeah, that would have been maybe a touch too much for the Armenian on that third attempt. So we have now the battle of the medals. The 3 snatch medalists are the only athletes in it. All 3 of them have 2 attempts remaining. Right now, in bronze, it's Yalyan. She has 192 kilos. Samuliak has 195, and then Kotruta has 198. This lift of 108 will not move her up a position, but it will move her into a higher clean and jerk position. But in the total, she'll remain in third. One more kilo would have moved her into silver, but that wouldn't last for long.
Tough recovery there. Oh, hesitated on the bottom of the dip.
Yep, you can't try it again.
Well, the rough part here now is she's going to follow herself after a tough clean. Even if she bumps, she'll lose that clock most likely.
Although, I think she no, I don't think she would, because Svetlana Smuliak will take 109 because it will move her by a kilo over Kotruta. So she could bump up to 109.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't see Samuliak bumping to 110.
Yeah. Yeah, 109 would be 199.
Yeah. Although...
Wow.
Oh, we'll see, yeah.
Yeah, it's unlikely that Smoliak, the Ukrainian coaches are looking at the Armenians thinking that they're going to make that 108. So they're probably sitting comfortable holding on to 109, giving her the 2 minutes. Yeah, she's going to take the 109 here.
So Smoliak now will come out. This 109 will not only give her the lead in the clean and jerk, but it will give her the lead in the total by a kilo over Andrea Kotruta. She made 105 kilos on her opener and has since had to sit back and wait for many attempts before she's been able to come back out for this second attempt. She just goes straight into it. It's a tougher clean, but her jerk was strong on the last attempt.
Wow. Great jerk. It almost looked like it wasn't going to be successful. That bar was a little forward, but she put herself in a great spot at the bottom of the squat there.
There's a lot of movement. Is there movement with her knees in between the clean and the jerk here? No, that's okay. I thought there was maybe a pre-jerk dip, but...
Yep.
Okay, so Svetlana Smoliak has moved into the lead now by a kilo. And here comes Isabella Yalyan, 109 kilos. Again, this won't move her in terms of her total position, but it might move her in the clean and jerk position. But that's only a might.
Much better clean.
Oh my word, what did we just see with that split jerk?
I have not seen a recovery like that. It looked like it was over. She was falling forward and somehow just stopped the bar and recovered.
There was no bend in her back knee. It was just straight and a huge lunge onto her front leg.
What an amazing save on that jerk.
Yeah, to pull that off in front of a home crowd. Absolutely incredible.
So wow. She is still locked in for third, but what an amazing lift. Second in clean and jerk right now.
87.109.
As of, well, we'll see what happens here on this lift.
Yeah, Kotruta will now go for 110 to move back into the lead in all lifts. This will move Kotruta ahead of Svetlana by 2 kilos ahead of Svetlana, which I wonder might prove too much for the clean of Svetlana on her third attempt.
Yeah, so much hinges on this lift too.
This is huge. .112 is her best, so this is still somewhat familiar territory for Andrea. It's a tough clean.
Oh, she's passing out.
That's the second athlete we've seen do this, where they've really fallen back. She is awake. Fortunately, it's not.
She didn't hit her head or anything.
We saw. No, it looked like she was just awake enough to keep her head up. Thank goodness.
Yeah, certainly not a good situation.
Yeah, it was a very tough clean. She's getting back to her feet off her own accord. She's very pale.
Yeah, she looks confused. I don't think she's aware of where she is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, she's going to have...
That's a bad spot.
It's a bad spot because she can't move up.
Well, Smoliak's going to wait here, obviously, to take this clock.
Yeah.
We'll make that 1 kilo bump.
Yeah, this is really an awful situation for Andrea.
What?
And there you can see.
Yep, he's going to move up now.
They're making the bump for Ukraine to 111. That steals the clock, and now Andrea has 1 minute to recover from passing out on the platform.
She's either got to jump to 11.
If she jumped to 12, I think that Samuliak would take 11.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so
it would just push her even further.
She's done 112 before, but it looks like she's
I think she has to come out. I don't think she can justify an increase.
You can see what she's written on her belt there, all of these positive words on the inside.
You know,
that's
wow.
Looks like there was nothing in that, but no, she's running out.
She's tough.
She's got time. She's got 35 seconds. Okay. This will be one of the most unbelievable things we've seen. To go from being unconscious to potentially having the winning lift overhead.
Yeah.
This for the lead.
Not more than a minute ago, she was unconscious on the platform.
That's a better clean.
Yep.
And Andrea Kotruta's just put 110 kilos overhead with a great celebration.
Fantastic.
That's I mean, 201 kilos now in the total. She's never had a total so big before. Personal best in the snatch by 2 kilos, then 2 kilos under in the clean and jerk. But putting those two together is huge for her.
And a huge fight, too. She missed that second snatch.
Yeah.
Normally, and in the past, we've seen her struggle a lot to recover from those kind of things. She did that in the snatch. And then in the clean and jerk, I can't imagine a more difficult situation than basically waking up, not knowing where you are, and then a minute later taking a huge attempt like that and making it.
So this is...
she has to do this for the win.
For the win, yeah.
Oh, very tough clean. Yeah, just did not have it in the
can't
jerk.
Do it. And so Svetlana Samuliak is going to take the silver medal, and Andrea Kotruta can't believe it. We can see her in the back there. A European champion, Romania, 2 sessions in a row, the women's 49s and then the women's 55s. 2 champions of Europe. No doubt they're going to have another one in the 71s in a few days' time by the name of Loredana Toma. The bronze medal is going to go to Armenia, Isabella Yalian, 87.109. That was a 196 kilo total. 199 kilos to Svetlana Samuliak, 90.109. And the gold medal to Andrea Kotruta. That performance from her had a lot of things in it. She stood up 91 and then dropped it behind. She came back and made it. On a second attempt clean and jerk, she passed out, and a minute later had the winning lift overhead. Incredible performance there. 201 kilos in the total. The gold medal, of course, to Romania.